Have you ever wanted to have your own Megatouch game in your house that's on free play, but don't want to pay thousands of dollars just to own these things, even though they're old and Merit's out of business, but people still sell these for some reason for like $1,500? You don't want to pay that much? Now you can own one for just a few $100, and I'm going to show you how to do it, where to get it, some of the mistakes I made, and how you can avoid making the same mistakes I did. Today, we're gonna build our own home Megatouch. All right, so before we get to the DIY Megatouch in a second here, this is the one that I actually own. It is a Megatouch Aurora. It has 2014 games on it, a lot of the newer games, but there are some like Lost Classics, if you will, that aren't on this one, like Chip Away and whatnot. It's like got rethemed. I've replaced everything on this Megatouch, from the power supply to the hard drive, which I actually think my one hard drive was going bad. Guy sent me another hard drive. It was some off-brand weird hard drive I've never heard. I said, I don't know what's going on with this. Sends me a SanDisk and haven't had an issue since. After that, I've also, if you want to come around here, sir.
Okay.
I've replaced the motherboard as well, because these are known to go bad. And as you can see, look at all this unnecessary stuff here just to make this thing work. You know, and there you got a touchscreen in here. I don't even want to move this back in here. I can't fit this back in here. I don't know how it all fit back in here. If you have to service this thing, it's going to be a nightmare. So I'm going to show you how to go from all this to this. Isn't this much better? 4 wires and a little board, and that's it. Now, I'm not trying to sell anything. You guys can check this out. I did a free version of this before. It actually got up a lot of attention in the Megatouch community, if you will. I'm part of a Facebook page as well. So I had another guy contact me before this guy. He was the original maker of that software that I had on here. And he had updated some things that were supposed to fix the touchscreen issues and whatnot. So I tried that, and I guess that my little mini PC just was not powerful enough. I think it was an N95 processor, which I should have looked into and have gotten probably an Intel i3 or an i5. So if you're gonna go the free version with just the software, just make sure you have a more powerful mini PC. This one I'm assuming is more powerful. I don't know what this is running here, so it's a Dell something. And what was happening on the free version is a lot of stuff was lagging, and it was like the audio was being stuttery, and it was just really weird. So I just couldn't get it to work. The guy made the software so you didn't have to use that extra touch screen controller thing, because my touch screen, this Fixalele, and make sure you guys you never know which touch screen is going to be compatible or not with that software. There might be other touch screens that are great with that free software that you can use. This one just didn't like it, so I had to get some extra software so I didn't have to double click, and I could just tap it once like you should do on a Megatouch. But the guy that fixed it did an update, and that one was the one that was running slow. So shout out to Mike, this guy that's also part of this Facebook group. He's helped me with some Megatouch issues as well. He has a listing on eBay. Check it out. Like I said, I'm not selling this. He did send me this for free, but I'm just gonna do an honest review on this. A couple $100, but it's literally all you need besides you can just get a cheap touchscreen monitor. So Mike's eBay listings linked in the description there. I'm not getting paid or anything to do this. So like I said, just an honest review, and I want to thank him for saying this. You get this little board here. Looks like he modded something on it, so it just hooks up way more simple without all that crap that you saw down there on the Megatouch. You're wondering about this. This is the security key. These are known to go bad, and I asked him about that. I said, well, what if the security key goes bad? He has it backed up on the hard drive, so it should still boot, and you'll be able to play no problem, which is fantastic on these things. Another thing that you got to worry about if you own an actual Megatouch machine and don't have like some modded keyless version thing. Mine already came plugged in here, so it's going to be plugged in. Right there, there's a USB, it's like that weird end there. That gets plugged into the little board. So the board goes from the board, and it just goes into the back of the computer here. This is just the power cord for the little mini PC. This is, if you're gonna get his, make sure your touchscreen monitor has a display port, which is not HDMI, it's different. So it's the more modern one. All right, we got it, perfect. So that's plugged in. And I had the monitor and everything, it's in the monitor. I turn it on, I'm like, wait, why is the touchscreen not working? Well, your touchscreen monitor is gonna have, dummy me forgot to plug in the extra, see where it says USB there? That's what actually makes the touchscreen part work. So mine is just a regular USB, I think it's A to A or whatever, I don't know, yeah. So the monitor, plug it in one end, and then you plug your other end in here into any other of the USB slots on the mini PC, which this one has a bunch of them. So once all that's plugged in, that should be it. Now, there's a few bubbles, but I recently just added a screen protector to make it a matte finish. This is glossy. I hate glossy. I don't know why they make monitors glossy. It's the dumbest thing ever. There's all this reflection. And when you're playing a Megatouch, your finger likes to really stick to the gloss. When it's a matte finish, you can slide your fingers, so it's great for the action games. Just do your research when you buy a touchscreen monitor. Make sure it's a matte finish. I kind of just saw this on Amazon and, I didn't feel like returning it though. So it'll come up with this screen here. I don't know why it says error starting moving process or whatever. Just give it a second. I'm not sure actually how the software in this is like modded or whatever. But it's all ready to go when you get the mini PC, which is nice. You shouldn't have to do anything, but just don't touch the screen or anything. Let it boot up. This board will always be, you have a couple lights on there when it's on, so that's how you know that's working. But see, so it's gonna go through all this stuff here. There it is. It boots up pretty quick too. So now, you can hook up speakers to the mini PC if you want. I choose to just run the sound through the monitor because I don't feel like having extra wires here and whatnot. I have the sound pretty low right now, and if I wanted to change it on my monitor, I have to go to menu, and then, so there's volume right there. This has Lost Classics, check this out. So it has all the ones that were on some of the other Megatouches. There's that chip away that I was talking about, and this has like, I think over 200 games, he said. It's the newest 2014, it was the last version that they made. There is no lag whatsoever on this thing. It's freaking amazing. As I'm just scrolling through the menu here, the sound's not like, all jittery and whatnot. This worked for me as well on the little board if I just hit setup. So see, it brings me into the setup menu right here. So we got, and then your high score things is here. You can view the high scores. I have it to never auto clear them, of course, because I want them all in there. And you can change all that stuff. You can turn your erotic games on. Look at that. The game continues. I wish the JVL had this feature because you could just continue forever, which I think is stupid on that one. And so this is all the game option things here, and you can control this to your liking, So just to show you how the game plays here, and I think this might be a widescreen one. So games that are fully widescreen, this will not show here, but games that are not normally full widescreen, this stays, but it actually is really cool because look at this. It shows you your the current top 5 high scores on the game that you're playing, which is so cool. Otherwise, you'd have to exit the game to see the high scores, so this stays here.
The bronze.
I'm blind as a bat. Mask is there. Oh, geez, I didn't even see that. Oh, there he is. Hey, look at that. It plays just like a Megatouch. And our final score, and then you can see here, like, okay, I already beat Matt, or that's my score to beat. So I actually like this thing. At first I was like, I wish I could get rid of it. But no, it actually makes sense to just leave it there, and it's just an extra thing to have. So, and then I'll just show you guys that it'll go to the blah, 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 you got first place. And then you can enter your name if you have that enabled. My name's Matt, and you hit done. See, there it is, it has a score, and the date and time was already set up for me. I didn't have to change that at all, but I think you can go in if you need to and change that. This will be a good one to show why I actually got this matte protector thing on here. Because this is one where you gotta use your finger to kind of move the thing around, and if it's on a glossy touch screen, it's gonna be like, see, like right here, it's gonna be all sticking, and it doesn't slide as good. Oh, I have to pick a guy. I guess I'll pick that derpy guy. All right, here we go. Yeah. Woo.
Wow.
Dang.
Dang.
Woo. So when I played this on that free one that I had, the thing was really laggy. The sound was weird. Not a single issue on this one. As you guys can see here, I'm able to, you use my finger to control the, he just scored on himself, what an idiot. To control the thingy, whatever this is called. Oh, T.
First one to score.
Crap. Oh, if I win this, I win a car. Come on. Yeah, I win a car. All right, so a quick update on an issue I had and how I resolved it. So you can actually connect this to the internet and like compete and stuff like that. So, but I was having an issue actually with the Lost Classics. There's a really cool skee ball game in here. And I'm going to demo it real quick. But the issue actually just seemed to be with this particular monitor only. I contacted the guy Mike, and he said that it was just because he actually bought this monitor. So, and this was the only monitor that was having this weird issue. Sometimes the resolution's like a little weird when you launch it, but it gets normal. Yeah, really good. It has all the skee ball sounds too, which is so cool. All right, so when round 2 is over here, we'll do this celebration thing. Wow, I actually got the highest score ever. So you'll notice here there's 2 that don't have names that saved the score but didn't let us enter the name because like I'll show you the issue that I was having. Mine always did that where it looks like it's going back to the home screen and it did, but so here's what was happening. Mine would just shut off like this and then it would end up saying no signal, but it would stay that way. It still kind of does it, but if you just give it a second, it'll go back and then it'll bring you up the name entry screen. Yeah, right there. So not that big a deal, honestly. It's just like switching the resolution or whatever. But yeah, it works normally. But so the issue I was having, obviously, it would stay on the black screen and I would just have to reboot the game. I can enter my name now and the scores save as normal. There they are right there with the date. So I'll show you guys how I did it. Go back to the main menu, you go to options. Your 6-star password is 4123. That gets you into the setup menu. You go to Lost Classics. And this is if you're having an issue with the Lost Classics game. I'm just using this little simple wireless Wi-Fi Netgear thingy plugged into a USB. You plug it in. You click on network to get it to the internet. Go to Wi-Fi settings, and then, so I'm already connected here, but it'll bring up this screen and you just hit connect to Wi-Fi, and then it will, it'll bring up the menu to select your Wi-Fi name, and then you just enter your password. It's super simple. And then what you do is you go to online update. Mine's not gonna do it because I already did it. It'll go through an update process, and then you'll see here the Lost Classics version. Mine, as I'm filming this, that's the correct month and year. And then you'll just go back and then the game should work normal. Like I said, we think this was only an issue just on this particular monitor here. This monitor is goofy. I like it, but it had this quirk. So just, you know, if you're getting this on Amazon, just be aware of that. But yeah, that's how we were able to fix it. And then once you're done, you hit the X and then you hit yes. Another thing to note too, when you connect to the global leaderboard or when you connect to the Wi-Fi, look, it has, so there's 2 separate scores. There's your local scores there, and then there's your global leaderboard, everyone that's connected. So that's really cool. If you just have like, just get a little cheap Wi-Fi thing, that's pretty neat. And it seems to be on every single game too. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So definitely connected to the internet if you want to compete on the global leaderboard. So yeah, I love it. Definitely gets a rating of awesome. A little more pricey maybe than maybe a DIY build, but you're gonna have to get a mini PC anyway, and it's gonna have to be fast enough, and you're gonna have to put the software on it, and then if your touchscreen is not compatible, then you're gonna have to deal with all that nonsense. But this was just literally plug and play, minus my stupid error of not hooking the touchscreen up. So make sure you guys hook the USB touchscreen to the computer so the freaking touch thing works. And I didn't have to go in and configure anything else on mine. This is just Fixalele, the brand you know and love, on Amazon.com. Fantastic for product knockoffs and Chinglish products. This is my second channel, More Arcade Matt. Check it out for kind of random vlogs and other stuff that's kind of arcade related, but yeah, just maybe some extra stuff. So hopefully you guys found this useful. Whatever way you decide to do, if you decide to make a DIY Megatouch, have fun with it. Hopefully you learn from some of my errors and mistakes. And like we always say, thanks for building your own Megatouch.